Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLESFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOURFRINDS and Philadelphia EAGLESFANS. Let's get to the news now, guys. I've got some news that's really shaking up the NFL landscape, and of course, it's making waves in the NFC East, especially for us Eagles fans. You know, the offseason is always a roller coaster, but this particular story, well, it's got everything. Star power, drama, potential trades, and a lot of questions about what's next for one of the league's most talked about corners right now. I'm talking about Jalen Ramsey, folks. Yes, the 7-time Pro Bowler, the guy who's been a fixture in the NFL's elite cornerback conversations for years. And right now, he's at the center of some intense rumors that could have major repercussions for the Eagles and the entire division. It all started when the Miami Dolphins decided to bring Ramsey into their fold, paying him big bucks and expecting him to be a cornerstone of their secondary for the foreseeable future. And honestly, during the 2024 season, Ramsey didn't disappoint. He played well, posting an overall grade of 76.9 according to Pro Football Focus, which is solid for a cornerback in a league that's increasingly passing-oriented. But what really stands out are his grades in specific areas. He posted an 85.7 in run defense and a 71.9 in coverage, showing that he's still got that elite ability to shut down top receivers and be a versatile player on the back end. Now, if you ask anyone close to the Dolphins, they might tell you that keeping Ramsey around seemed like the logical move. After all, he's a proven star, a leader on the field, and someone who can change the entire dynamic of a defense. But here's where the plot thickens. Reports started emerging that the Dolphins and Ramsey are considering parting ways. And that's a huge shakeup because, let's be honest, when a player of Ramsey's caliber is on the trade block, it's not just about cap space or roster spots. It's about the potential to get something really valuable in return: draft picks, young talent, or both. And naturally, the NFL rumor mill has been buzzing, with teams lining up their interest. One team that's been mentioned repeatedly as a potential landing spot? That's right, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, why would the Eagles be interested in a move like this? Well, look, we all know how strong our secondary already is. We've got Darius Slay locking down one side, and guys like James Bradberry have been reliable. But adding a 7-time Pro Bowler like Ramsey, that's next-level stuff. Imagine a secondary with Slay, Ramsey, and Kayvon Wallace or Kelly Ringo, who's been developing nicely, rotating in and out. It would make our defense not just good, but arguably the best in the league. And let's not forget, the Eagles' front office, especially Howie Roseman, has a knack for making bold moves. After winning the Super Bowl, they know what it takes to push that edge, to add that extra piece that makes the difference in January. Bringing in Ramsey, with his championship experience and leadership, could be just what this team needs to solidify their defense and give Jalen Hurts even more confidence on the other side of the ball. It's not just about having a star, it's about adding a guy who's been there, done that, and knows what it takes to win in the biggest moments. And speaking of the Eagles' defense, let's take a quick look at where they're at right now. The Eagles in 2024 are arguably the best defense in the NFL. They've been relentless, aggressive, and smart in their scheme. Their defensive line, with guys like Jordan Davis and Fletcher Cox, has been stout against the run, creating pressure that makes quarterbacks uncomfortable. The linebacker core, led by Nakobe Dean and TJ Edwards, has been solid, and the secondary has been a real strength. Kayvon Wallace and Kelly Ringo have shown flashes of potential, but adding a veteran like Ramsey could elevate the entire unit to a new level. Think about it. Ramsey's presence on the field would allow Slay to move around more freely, maybe even shadow the opponent's top receiver, while Ramsey takes away the opposition's best target. That kind of versatility is priceless in today's NFL, where teams are increasingly attacking the secondary with multiple receiver sets and creative routes. The Eagles have already made some bold moves this offseason, including trading away dependable safety CJ Gardner-Johnson to Houston. They've been aggressive in reshaping the roster, and bringing in Ramsey would be the icing on the cake for a team that's clearly aiming for another deep playoff run. But of course, it's not just about the talent on paper. There are some questions that need answering. For one, the chemistry between Ramsey and the Dolphins' defensive coordinator Vic Fangio reportedly wasn't great. During their time together in Miami, there were reports of disagreements and friction, which makes you wonder how well a reunion might work. If Ramsey and Fangio don't see eye to eye, that could complicate things when it comes to integrating him into the Eagles' defense, especially under the leadership of defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon. It's also worth noting that Ramsey's attitude and personality have sometimes been a topic of discussion. He's a fiery player, incredibly confident, sometimes even outspoken. But that's what makes him special, right? His leadership qualities and his ability to elevate a secondary are undeniable. If he joins the Eagles, he could bring that same edge, that same competitive fire, which could be exactly what this young secondary needs. But of course, the Eagles coaching staff will have to manage that dynamic carefully to ensure everything gels smoothly. Now let's talk about the potential trade scenario. The Dolphins, as of now, seem open to moving Ramsey, especially if the right deal comes along. They're in a bit of a rebuilding phase after a competitive 2024 season, and cap space or draft capital might be more valuable to them than holding on to a player they're not fully aligned with anymore. The Eagles, on the other hand, have shown a willingness to make bold moves and are always in the market for game-changing talent. If the deal goes through, it wouldn't just be a splash move. It would be a statement move, a message to the rest of the league that the Eagles are serious contenders once again. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Howie Roseman has pulled off such a move. Over the years, he's shown that he's not afraid to swing big, to take calculated risks that pay off. Remember the trade for A.J. Brown last year? That paid dividends immediately, boosting the offense and making the Eagles even more dangerous. So if there's a chance to bring Ramsey into the fold, don't be surprised if Roseman pulls the trigger. It's all about maximizing the window for another Super Bowl run. But it's not just about adding a star. It's also about the chemistry in the locker room, the team dynamics, and how well a new player fits into the culture. The Eagles are known for their strong locker room culture, their resilience, and their focus on team success over individual fame. Ramsey's personality, fiery and confident as it is, could mesh well or could require some management. The coaching staff will have to do their part to ensure that this addition elevates the entire team without causing any friction. So in the grand scheme of things, what does this mean for the Eagles? Well, if they manage to pull off a deal for Ramsey, it could be a game changer. It would give the Eagles arguably the most formidable secondary in the league, making life difficult for opposing quarterbacks and giving our pass rush more room to operate. It would also send a message to the rest of the league that the Eagles are not just content with being contenders. They want to be champions, and they're willing to do what it takes to make that happen. Now, I know some fans might be cautious. After all, trading for a high-profile player always comes with risks, salary cap implications, locker room chemistry fit within the scheme. But if you ask me, the potential rewards outweigh the risks. The Eagles have a talented roster, a coaching staff that knows how to get the best out of their players, and an organization that's proven time and again that they're not afraid to make bold moves. And with the NFC East heating up, because teams like the Cowboys and Giants are always looking to improve, adding Ramsey could be that final piece that pushes the Eagles over the edge and back into Super Bowl contention. I've been following the NFL for years, and this kind of scenario, it's exactly what makes football so exciting. The drama, the strategic moves, the star players changing teams, the division battles, they all come together to create a story that's constantly evolving. And right now, the story for the Eagles is looking more interesting than ever. Because let's face it, folks, a secondary with Ramsey in it, that's a nightmare for offenses and a dream for us Eagles fans. It's a move that could define this offseason and set the tone for the season ahead. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the offseason will be crucial. The Eagles will be monitoring how these rumors develop, and if a deal for Ramsey materializes, it will be a huge headline around the league. Fans will be watching closely, debates will ignite, and the excitement will build. The Eagles' front office has shown they're not afraid to make bold moves, and this could be the next chapter in their quest for another Super Bowl. It's all about timing, negotiations, and whether both sides can find common ground on the deal. Remember, Ramsey isn't just a player, he's a symbol of excellence, a guy who's been to the top and knows what it takes to succeed. Bringing that kind of leadership and talent to the Eagles' locker room could be exactly what they need to take that next step. And for us fans, well, it's just another reason to be excited, to keep dreaming about that parade in Philly, and to believe that this team might just be on the verge of something special once again. The NFC East is never dull, and with these rumors swirling, it's clear that the 2024 season could be one of the most unpredictable and thrilling yet. So stay tuned, Eagles fans. We'll be bringing you all the updates, analysis, and insider info as this story unfolds. Whether it's a trade that happens in the coming weeks or just more rumors swirling around, one thing is for sure, the Philadelphia Eagles are always in the thick of things, and this offseason might just be remembered as one of their most transformative in recent memory. Keep your eyes peeled, stay passionate, and let's see where this story leads. Because when it comes to the Eagles, the best is yet to come. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive. Remember, the NFL offseason is full of surprises, and the Eagles are always at the center of the action. So keep supporting, keep believing, and let's get ready for what promises to be an incredible 2024 season. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, cheering for our team, dreaming of that next Super Bowl, and celebrating every victory along the way. Go Birds!